Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had so many questions. How do we record an episode? Where do we find background music? How do we get our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places that people like to listen? And where do we find advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. Anchor makes it simple to get up and running. You can upload and schedule your podcasts ahead of time. It publishes to all the major podcast platforms. You can easily check your stats. I could go on, but instead, why don't you go and get started? Go to anchor.fm/start to join the e-commerce minute and a diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. We can't wait to hear your podcast.
It's the E-commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's E-commerce Minute, episode 285.
Today's episode, WeWork gets into retail with WeMRKT.
Co-working giant WeWork is getting into retail with the launch of WeMRKT, a modern retail space that will be piloted at WeWork 205 Hudson in New York City. The concept expands on WeWork's Honesty Market, which, as the name implies, was a market for members to purchase snacks and drinks using an honor payment system. WeMRKT will initially sell products from 10 WeWork member companies. Those coveted spots were secured by a pitch competition this April. Winners were selected because they're innovative, have eye-catching packaging, and are backed by a solid business plan, among other criteria. Some of the products include juice from Misfit Juicery, phone chargers from Puku, and food from Splendid Spoon. Competitions for new products will be held quarterly, but the whole process is still being figured out, and if something becomes a standout hit, it may become part of the core collection. The WeMRKT concept gives small startups a leg up in getting their products in front of customers in a bricks-and-mortar environment without the upfront costs. For some companies, this is their first foray into outside sales and presents an excellent opportunity for them to get feedback from fellow WeWork members, many of them entrepreneurs themselves. WeWork Chief Brand Officer Julie Rice says that WeMRKT is, quote, by our members, for our members. WeMRKT is a great example of WeWork's commitment to our member success. We are so excited to be launching it in New York City, end quote. In addition to member products, WeMRKT will sell company-branded apparel, office supplies, and other snacks and drinks. WeWork will be expanding more WeMRKTs across other locations in New York and nationally soon after, according to a press release. The winning companies will also have the chance to further sell their goods through a WeWork's partnership with snack delivery service company Snack Nation.
John, please say all the WeWork things and all the names for everything really fast, okay? WeWork. I'm just kidding.
So what do you think of this? Because I've heard some people kind of poo-poo it. I mean, I don't know. I think from the member side, it's a great opportunity.
Well, let's look at this. I mean, we've been around. We've seen everything possible from these guys. So we've been inside of WeWork pretty much since they launched. So, we've been around it, and they've grew a lot. So, but yes, people will poo-poo it because they poo-poo everything that WeWork does. It's kind of funny.
That's true.
I mean, literally, like everything they do, people just poo-poo it. It's like, whatever. This is kind of interesting to me because, so the Honest Market has been there. It's great. It's actually really fun. Like, it has basic snacks. It has some drinks. If you don't have snacks, you can just come up, pay for them, and be out of there. This is kind of like competing a little bit with a story that we did before with Bulletin. Kind of Bulletin-esque, right?
Yeah, it's a curated retail experience.
Right. Just a bigger go just because they can go across the whole internal network, which is basically all the members all over the world. So you can kind of post that up there. So you get a pre-built customer base, I guess.
Yeah, and one way to look at it is say, well, you've got like a captive audience, and I think once a member, if you're a WeWork every single day and you're going to walk by this every single day, you're just going to kind of start tuning it out. But on the other hand, the products are targeted for that WeWork demographic, which is like a Gen Z, a younger millennium type customer. And I think some of the member companies that are doing this, they're really not doing it to make a lot of money. They're doing it to get their feet wet and to get feedback on their products. For example, Mark Coughlin, the founder of Puku, who does the phone chargers, he says he doesn't even care about the sales. He just wants all the feedback. So it's like,
right. So you're getting an internal marketplace. You got tested ground that's just there, and like, why not?
so we looked at WeWork. I mean, you and I always say that WeWork is a real estate play. They've expanded. They have the We Live apartments. They have a gym called Rise by We. I never heard that one.
Mm-hmm.
Early education school, We Grow. And they've been doing some acquisitions. They bought marketing company Conductor, coding school Flatiron. They even bought Meetup, which at first didn't make sense to me. But then I thought, well, they have these built-in meeting spaces. Duh. That's that way you can kind of solicit more customers. You know, you have your meetup at WeWork, and then you turn around and say, I could see myself working here. So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. So look at, I know just a little tangent on WeWork, but you know, people might make fun of them. But think about it this way. Think about it from like the Amazon playbook, right? So you have all these other things that are out there, right? So like Amazon has Kindles. They don't make money on them, but you're buying more Kindles, right? I mean, you're more books.
Mm-hmm.
Or the lady in the tube.
Yep.
That's another thing. So if you look at this, it's getting sort of these campuses basically with a marketplace, a gym, a early education, right? You pretty much are you can build your whole company instead of building a whole big campus. You're building inside of this.
Yeah. And that's why you'll see at Microsoft, their offices are in WeWork in big cities. That they're doing it the smart way. And I think WeWork is smart offering these other types of services like the childcare, the gyms, the apartments. And as you said, it's an organic, you build your campus. A lot of the comments that I see, it's like, well, as companies mature, maybe they move out of WeWork. And I think they're doing what they can to kind of, you know, keep that carrot to keep them staying. Which
is not really true because companies are going in. Like I think IBM took a whole building that's a WeWork building, and
which is crazy,
WeWork,
isn't it? Like,
yeah, well, WeWork is running it.
Can you imagine that 15 years ago, IBM is renting a building from someone else?
Well, they're not only renting it, but they're letting the company run it for them. So
right.
It's not,
right. So the whole facilities management, everything is taken care of WeWork.
Yep.
And I guess when you look in the bottom line, it makes complete sense.
It does indeed.
All right, pretty cool. So WeMRKT, it's spelled, it's actually we, and then all in capitals MRKT, because that's how people like to spell things now. WeMRKT. WeMRKT. So go check it out at your local WeWork coming soon. Got anything else, Bart?
Oh, that's it.
All right, that's your e-commerce minute for today. Full show notes are at ecommerceminute.co. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.